We're going to look through the newspapers now on the programme. Dipti's with us on set, and she's starting with the German press reacting to an arrest. I mentioned this a little bit earlier on the programme, of a right-wing extremist accused of killing a politician.
That's right. It's making the front page of a German paper called Der Tagesspiegel today. A 45-year-old German man is accused of having shot dead at close range Walter Lübcke. He was a member of Angela Merkel's party. He died.
Sorry, I started talking to Stuart, and then
Lübcke was known for his pro-refugee stance. He was also possibly killed for it. The suspect is known to police for being a far-right extremist with convictions for violent crimes in the past, including a pipe bomb attack on a refugee shelter back in 1993. Horst Seehofer, the German interior minister, has called the attack an alarm signal, according to Der Tagesspiegel. But the case has really highlighted what looks like a growing problem of right-wing extremism in Germany. The chief of the German interior intelligence has revealed that 13,000 violent right-wing extremists are living in Germany, and authorities can't really rein them in because many of them do keep a low profile and are sort of flying under the radar.
It's making the opinion pages as well in Germany, isn't it?
That's right, because the death of Lübcke really shocked Germany when it happened earlier this month. This writer for Deutsche Welle calls his murder an attack on democracy, saying that unlike past attacks which targeted foreigners themselves, this one doesn't really fit the mold. But at the same time, Lübcke was a target because he was part of the German political establishment. He had these pro-migrant views, and he openly defied right-wing extremists. The writer warning against these far-right killers who, quote, continue to kill anonymously. It's also made the opinion pages of a Turkish paper called the Daily Sabah that calls it the silent murder, deploring the lack of outrage in German society over his murder. I quote, "Where is the outcry? Where is the public debate about right-wing extremism, anti-Muslim discourse and violence?" Of course, this coming just months after the attack in New Zealand on 2 mosques.
Indeed. Now, if you're watching this time yesterday, Dipti was telling us about the investigation into environmental journalism on the programme, and The Guardian is following up today with a piece about Tanzanian gold mines.
That's right. It's part of what The Guardian calls a green blood investigation. We spoke about how environmental journalism is now the second most dangerous field of journalism behind war reporting. The Guardian takes us to the Tanzanian gold mine of North Mara, which is actually not far from the Serengeti National Park. Here, the mine has become a place of danger, violence, and the focus of health concerns. The mine produces over $2 billion worth of gold, with vast resources underground exploited by private corporations, but the owners have been accused of evicting locals who were living there previously, forbidding villagers from artisanal mining, which is how they kind of made their money in the past. There are also problems of contamination of chemicals from local rivers. Worst of all, attempts by journalists to report on this have been suppressed by authorities. You can read about it in The Guardian.
Another environmental picture that's doing the rounds, as it were. Incredible picture this as well. A photojournalist in Dallas has made news for a chilling picture that he took earlier this week.
That's right. Tom Fox, a longtime photojournalist, was actually covering a trial at a courthouse for the Dallas Morning News on Monday. And then what happened was he heard shots and took cover at a courthouse entrance. And that's when he happened to snap this picture here, which is actually a picture of the gunman mid-attack at close range. This is how close the journalist was to the gunman. You can see him wearing tactical gear, carrying a military-style rifle, looking in the direction of the journalist. A jarring, unobstructed view of the gunman, who was a decades-long army vet and eventually shot dead by police. A picture that the photographer Tom Fox will add to his portfolio. He's already got a Pulitzer Prize for his coverage of Hurricane Katrina.
Let's stay in the US for this next story. New York is looking to perhaps ban foie gras.
That's right. Pro-geese activists, or pro-goose activists, I guess.
Geese? I don't know.
Pro-geese activists and upstate farmers squawked in front of New York City's City Hall yesterday. Sorry for the pun. That's a bad one. They took opposite sides in a bill. That's also a pun, but I have no way around that one. In a bill that looks to ban foie gras. They want to make it illegal for New York institutions to serve foie gras on the basis of animal cruelty, that geese are force-fed for slaughter, arguing also that French pâté has no real health benefits. Farmers say the bill will kill their business. business.
It's definitely not gooses, I know that. Finally from Dipti, the story of a man's terrible attempt at a money heist.
Yeah, so 50-year-old Lawrence James Vonderdell recently walked into a Barclays bank in Bournemouth with a weapon asking for money. He said, "This is a stick up, give me all your cash," brandishing his fearsome weapon, which is actually a banana in a plastic bag. He got away with £1,000 in cash before confessing it all to police officers and telling them that he was actually being evicted from his home and was facing being homeless. And so he wanted to get arrested so he could have a roof over his head, i.e. jail. Well, he got what he wanted. He's now been jailed for 14 months. Bizarrely, this isn't even the first time such a thing has happened. A man in Israel this year tried to hold up a postal bank with a hand grenade that turned out to be an avocado painted black.
So when he split, was it a banana split? Was it a banana?
I'm not sure if he'll appeal his conviction.
It's going badly wrong, this programme, isn't it? Dipti Laurent with the papers on France 24.